Hello and welcome to the Mystic Realms online character management tutorial. We're going to walk you through some basic functions of the database, which is what we call it for shorthand. First, you would put in the address that we give you for the database up here in your address bar. Right now it just goes to an IP address. That may change in the future, and it would bring you to this page right here, which would have a link to the specific database file that we are currently using. You'll always want to pick the one that says MR data and then the most recent date. Sometimes there may be more than one available. You'll always want to choose the one with the most recent date, and of course only the one that says MR data. The date may change on this file based upon the last update that we have done, but that is what you'll want to choose. When you click on that, it'll bring you to this page here, which you would put in your username and password that we provide you. Guest login does not work. There is no guest access. So you would type in your relevant information, click login, then you'll be brought to our player welcome page or layout. Most of our pages are called layouts with the software that we use. On this page, you'll see some basic information about the database and some buttons, and also a schedule of upcoming events here on the right, which you can filter based upon the realms that we have events coming up for. Right now we've got Evermore events, or Glory of Guildhall events for the Evermore Club, and we have a Mercenaries of the Galactic Frontier event coming up as well. So you can click the drop-down menu, which I see is not showing, but there we go. So now you can see that it's changed to Glory of Guildhall, and then you would click Submit, and it would filter to only the Guildhall events. Or you can click here for Mercenaries, and then only the Mercenary events will show. Or it defaults to all. So that's the main functions of this page. Your name and email address will show in these boxes here. So then you click Player Home, and it brings you to this layout, which has all of your personal information. The information that we absolutely require is your first name, last name, and email address. Any other information you wish to provide us is only used for administrative purposes. We don't send you junk mail. So this is the player home layout, which would show all of your characters, the realm that they belong to, the current amount of total status, and the amount of spendable status that that character currently has access to. These are templates for Guildhall characters that have every skill, and I just haven't updated the total status cost. So if you wanted to create a new character for yourself, you would click the New Character button. The screen will take a moment to update, and it'll bring you here. So you would put in the name of your character here in this field. Let's name this character Roger. Now, you have to select the realm, and again, unfortunately, it looks like the drop-down boxes are not showing, but there's a drop-down box for the realm. We're going to select Glory of Guildhall and click Submit. So now, I do see that that Glory of Guildhall is showing here. Now, the race and skill boxes are available. Before they were not available to be clicked because you haven't selected the realm, which filters these. So we're going to make an elf, and then we're going to select from the drop down a sea elf and click Submit. So now those fields have populated, and then for trade, let's make this character a bard. And there we go. So now we've got our character name, the realm, and the race and culture. Also, we're going to select the rank as initiate and click Submit. Now, the Submit button that shows up here is very important because that is how you will save any changes that you make, and in some cases you have to click that button before or after every step. it's a bit cumbersome, but that's the system that we have to work with at the moment. Now, for many realms, we have, when we get down to the skill list, this is the list of apprentice skills that you must know in order to finish your apprenticeship, or for some realms, the minimum skills required to join an occupation. It's the same basic concept. So this is just a good helper, a good Kickstarter for knowing which skills you should pick. You really should be looking in the source book for the realm for what your exact skill list is and what skills you can and cannot learn. So we're going to select all of these skills. Hopefully we can do it relatively quickly. Again, these tabs are the categories of skills. So we're going to select ballads. And again, unfortunately, I don't think the drop-down menus are going to show. But that is normal, that flash. Yeah, the drop-down menus aren't going to show on the video. I apologize for that. But basically, what I'm doing right now is just going and I'm selecting the skill. Going down this list right here. I'm selecting conscious and hitting submit. And then, again, clicking that and clicking submit, and you can see that the skills are in fact populating. So then we're going to click stay bleeding, or stop bleeding, excuse me, and one more, the strength ballad. And there we go. So now we have all 4 ballads, and in the drop-down menus, which, as I said, I apologize that they're not showing on the video. When you click, the screen flashes, and then you click again, and it brings it down. In these drop-down menus, the name of the skill, the status cost of the skill, and the most immediate prerequisite for the skill are listed with every skill. So we have ways to that's helpful when creating your character. Feats. There is one feat that is on the apprentice list for bards, and that is the dodge feat. So we're going to select dodge and click submit. Knowledges. This is where characters are going to have most of their skills. Also, these skill lists will filter if you start typing the name of the skill. I know I'm moving very quickly, but this is just the repetitive part. Submit. So again, we're clicking, it's updating. And then we've got first aid. We're just going right down the list. History. Literature. Politics. Regain feat. And there are multiple ways to regain feats. There are multiple knowledges that cover that. The one that bards get is called storytelling, so you'll want to select that specific option. Rumors. And we've got Sense 1. This is the most laborious part of creating a character, is doing it from scratch. Once your character's been created, subsequent updates actually take much less time, because you will normally only gain enough status between events to learn 1 or maybe 2 skills. So the updates are not quite this laborious. But initial character creation is always the longest part of the character creation process. And then you must pick one type of weapon at least 1 rank. So we're going to go with a dagger. We're going to go with weapons cutting 1. Submit. And we're going to go to rituals. There are 2 rituals that bards need to know. Dance, submit, and song. They don't get runes. They do get a spell. They can do sound damage. So, damage specific sound. Okay. So now all of the apprentice skills have been taken. And you'll see that there are 2,400. This will say 24 to 2,500 status spent right here. You next have to select how much body and how much mana you want your character to have. These are updates that you can do at the same time. We'll go with 2 and 3. And you click submit. And so now it has your body and your mana added. And now there is about 1,100 status left over that you can put on other skills. I don't feel it's necessary for me to go through the steps of showing how to add skills again, but it is, you would go back through and add more skills until your spendable status is at 0 for a starting character. Then go to your equipment list. And as we scroll down, we see that there are some items here that we get for free just based upon the skills that you have. So these work just like skills. Unfortunately, the drop-down menu is not showing. But I'm clicking, and I'm going to add bandages, because you get 25 of them for free. And we're saying that we carried them, but we did not buy them. And we're going to click submit. The reason why you're putting that you didn't buy them is because you get them for free based upon the skills that you have. So we're going to add a sword, a short sword. We're going to have 1 short sword, we're going to carry it, and again, we did not buy it. So we're going to click submit. But now, say you have a second sword, that you want to carry with you, a second short sword, in case something happens to the first one. So we're going to add a second short sword. We're going to say that this one is carried, but this one is bought, because you have to spend some of your resource in order to bring in extra equipment. We're going to click submit, and then you can see here, resource 6, resource spent 1, resource remaining 5. So it keeps track of what you've spent on your starting supplies. Also, you'll notice that there is weight involved with these items, and that is tracked here, and also on the front of your character card. Another thing that is useful to put on the back of your equipment list is things like ritual base. So that's how we fuel magic rituals in the game. This character knows a few, so he'll want to start with some of that. So, you know, we'll start with 4, and we will click that as bought, because this will come out of your starting resource. This is one of the things that you spend your resource on when you check in. So you'll click submit. So resource remaining is 1. Maybe you want to take that in coin at the event. So now you have a handy shopping list that'll print out on the back of your character sheet, which will show that you want 4 ritual base 1 in order to start the event with. So once all of this is done, you can click on the character card button to look at what your character card looks like. And here we are. These are all of the skills that you know. And when we print this at the event, obviously these buttons do not show, but as you scroll down, it has all of your equipment already filled out on the back, and what the stats, the relevant stats for that equipment, for what the equipment is. And then this part down here is what we use to track status at an event. So this is stuff that gets filled out once you're at the event. Don't worry about printing out a character sheet to come to an event. We print them for you as you arrive. The blocks up here have all of your current status totals and where you gained your status from and all of those things. These are other relevant in-game information. The base chance you have to complete a spirit quest, your rank, if you have a ritual that bonds you to another character, religion, a military order, your status, and how much gear you're carrying. Also, your body and mana appear here. So, and one thing that I unfortunately forgot, if you have a ritual that you can cast that lasts longer than a day, and bards get one I am familiar with called Glib Voice. So we'll add that. So the Glib Voice ritual lasts a day. Any ritual that lasts 1 to 5 days you can have cast when you show up to the event. It can already be pre-cast on you. And then you don't spend the base on the casting. So you click Cast on Arrival. And make sure that that's still clicked. And click Submit. And now on the character sheet, you'll see down here Rituals Cast Glib Voice for 1 day. So that is just another handy tool that we have to help track your skills and what you have cast on you before coming to an event. I hope this video has been helpful. If there are any questions, please do not hesitate to send us an email at mysticrealmslogistics, all one word, at gmail.com, and we will get those questions answered as quickly as we possibly can. I will be doing more of these videos to get into what some of these other buttons do, but these are the more advanced features of the database, and what we've gone over is the most important. So we're going to stop it here, and I hope that this has been informative. Thank you.